There are differing ideas to make money just about everywhere all over the internet, and some ways that I talk to you about it on here. But in this video, I'm going to go over 5 business ideas that could be profitable for you to start and actually worth your time. What's up guys, my name's Avery. I love investing in real estate, learning new ways to make money, and then teaching others about that on the internet so they can do the same and achieve financial freedom as well as change their life. So I'm just going to hop right into these 5 business ideas, talk about them a little bit. But before we do that, I'd really appreciate it if you would hit that thumbs up button and stay along for the whole ride. These businesses that I'm going to talk about are going to have very low startup costs and going to be able to be profitable a lot faster because you don't have to put a ton of money into them, and they're not going to be very complicated, just keeping it simple. And a lot of great businesses are very simple, and I always think that the simpler you do a lot of things, the easier that it's just going to go from a perspective of making money. So we're just going to keep it simple and do what works. So that very first idea of business that you could start would be a cleaning services company. House cleaning will always be a highly sought after thing. There are many busy individuals who are out there who don't have the time to clean their house, or do not want to clean their house, or their house is way too large that they can't handle cleaning it themselves, or potentially every once in a while they might just need a deep clean. But other than those regular customers, there are also real estate investors who you could work with that consistently need help with cleaning their property. 2 examples of this that I use in my businesses would be with Airbnbs, short-term rentals, VRBO, whatever you want to call it. And often you have a guest check out in the morning. You need a cleaner to get in there so that a new guest can check in the afternoon. Now these are different type of cleans than you would at a typical home where you have a bunch of time. You do a lot of deep cleaning. These are more turn in, turn out, and change all the sheets, all of that good stuff, so that the next guest has a bunch of fresh linens, towels, and all the things that they need. Obviously you're going to be doing some type of actual cleaning because the place needs to look good for the next guest so that the host can get a bunch of good reviews. But this is so highly in demand right now because everyone is trying to get their own Airbnb up and running, and there are so many out there, and there are not nearly enough cleaners, in my opinion, for people to actually have enough supply for this space. So there's way more demand than the amount of supply. I know a lot of people who then take on cleaning themselves because they don't trust cleaners. So if you do a good job in this space, you could end up being an Airbnb cleaner for a ton of hosts, and you can charge a pretty decent amount of money just for taking roughly 1 to 3 hours to do a typical clean. And you don't even have to do a lot of that cleaning of the linens. Like for example, my cleaner out in Pinehurst, she just strips all the linens. I have 3 sets of all of them. She puts on the new ones and she takes them to a laundry service that she pays for, while I really pay for it because it's baked into the cleaning fee. The other example in real estate is you could help landlords with turnover cleaning. So when I get a tenant that moves out on, let's say, the 31st, and I have a tenant moving in on the 1st, then I have someone who cleans the property in the evening just for the new tenant to get in. This one is less frequent, but if you start in circles of people who invest in real estate who need these services, you're going to start getting a lot of business for these people. The next business idea would be starting an agency for content creators. Personally, I've been approached by a lot of these, and essentially these are people who will just represent you in a way and connect you with brands so that you can make brand deal videos. So for example, on TikTok, people will reach out to me and say, hey, do you want to talk about our product in exchange for some money? But these aren't always really easy to find, or maybe you get a lot of inquiries from people that you don't want to work with. Potentially, instead of you doing a lot of the back and forth and negotiating for you, the creator agency that you are paired with can do all of that work for you, plus find you brands in order for you to work with. That way you don't have to waste your time as a content creator doing all of that stuff and worrying about all of it. Plus potentially that creator agency could give you consistent business, which content creators like myself would much appreciate. And it's really not hard to connect these 2 types of people. The 2 things that you're going to do in this business is 1, reach out to creators in a specific niche. I think it's smart if you just go specific on one, like if you just did finance creators, and you can just reach out to them and say that you want them to be part of your creator agency. And maybe at first you just find them deals and you're taking a small amount, like 5 to 10% of a deal, and you can negotiate it. So let's say their going rate is $2,000, and you can just say, I'll take 10% of it, but you charge the brand $2,200 so they get their going rate. So it makes it a win-win for everybody involved. And the other thing you have to do is actually connect them with brands. And it's actually not too difficult to reach out to brands. Just say you have a really big Rolodex of finance creators that they could work with. You could DM people on Instagram. You could go on LinkedIn and find social media managers. Just make sure that you have maybe some professional looking website so people can sign up if they are content creators, or brands could sign up somewhere so you could house a lot of that information, which is a pretty low startup cost. So this business is pretty simple because you're just connecting two people who want to be connected, and then you get a profit of every single video that's created for a brand deal. The third idea would be also in the content creation space as a social media management or marketing company. These are also pretty simple businesses to start. There are a ton of content creators out there who do not have enough time and have some money and want you to be able to manage their social media profiles for them, like posting, adding comments, doing whatever, or potentially creating a newsletter and just a bunch of other types of things that you could help grow their account while they're not stuck doing a bunch of the nitty-gritty. This one's also very simple. You can just DM a ton of content creators because they are always looking for help. If you position yourself looking professionally with some type of website, this will obviously help a lot. It is not 100% needed, but people reach out to me all the time asking if they want to manage my social media. A lot of the time I say no because I don't know who they are, or they don't really say much more about themselves. But when people start having too many followers to be able to handle a lot of what's going on, they really do not want to do it themselves. I'd love to not do it myself, but I don't really feel like I should be paying for it yet. But this is a great space because there are so many content creators out there and so many more people are always trying to become content creators. So really these two last businesses, the marketing agency or creating an agency to represent creators, are going to be really awesome businesses, especially as we move forward and more people try to become influencers. The fourth idea would be a couple of different businesses that I've lumped all together. That would be lawn care services, pressure washing, or gutter cleaning. Now you could keep these all under the same umbrella of one business, but I think it would be smart to stick to one. And most likely you're going to be starting to do a lot of these services on your own. So you might just want to stick to gutter cleaning where you have a couple of tools doing this, or lawn care where you're just cutting grass and maybe taking care of a few things rather than branching out and doing all of them. These are very easy to set up because you could buy a pressure washer for like $150, $250 and probably get all of your money back within 1 to 2 jobs. And it's pretty simple how you could market yourself. You could go door knock, go door to door and just ask people if they want these services. You could also run Facebook ads, get to the top of Google search. Obviously that's going to cost a little bit more money. So just word of mouth and door knocking can help you a lot because a lot of these people do not want to do these services, but they know they need to get them done. Once you scale up at a certain point, you could also start hiring people to actually do the work for you. So you could spend a lot of your time just going out there, finding jobs, and then paying someone an hourly wage so they could physically do the work and you could just focus in on bringing more money. And then eventually, if you want to take that to an even further level, you could hire someone to do that and they hire other people to do the work. So you're just there and you created this business and it actually turns out 100% passive. The fifth business idea that can be very profitable and it can go from very little to zero startup costs to be being pretty expensive, costing maybe $100,000 for you to actually get under the ground and running, is investing in real estate. Now those examples can go from the $0 amount where you're just wholesaling, finding other real estate investors deals for an assignment fee, or being able to get a small amount of equity in their deal, all the way to getting a luxury Airbnb up and running off the ground with the down payment, furniture, and renovations, which can be pretty expensive. Real estate is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's not a get-rich-quick game whatsoever. It's a get really wealthy over time type of game, which is why I really like it. There's that delayed gratification and there's so many amazing benefits. And if you want to learn about 5 ways that you can get started investing in real estate this year, definitely go check out the video up here or in the description below, and you can learn 5 ways for beginners to get started that are fantastic strategies, which a lot of them I've done myself, and I go over in depth how you can start those yourself. Personally, I absolutely love real estate, and 90% of millionaires have become so through investing in real estate. There are so many levers that you can pull that allow you to build your wealth and create a profitable business, which is why I say to so many people, this is the best way to start. And personally, I think the best way to start investing in real estate would be through house hacking. And house hacking is simple, where you just buy a 2 to 4 unit multi, live in 1 unit or rent out the rest. You could also do it with a single family house and rent out the bedrooms. And this should cover a lot of your mortgage or other expenses that you might have with owning property. And now you could do this whole house hacking thing and start some of these other businesses at the same time, because the house hacking will be more passive than some of these other things, at least after you get the property stabilized. And if you want to join my mentorship group and learn how you can buy your first rental through house hacking, check out the link in the description below. I have an awesome mentorship group right now. We have 12 or 13 people and it's continuing to grow, and I'm hoping to keep growing it so more and more people can buy their first rental and achieve financial freedom. That's it. Those are 5 business ideas, and a majority of them that I talked about really were trying to go after being able to support more of a gold rush. A lot of people are at home and do not want to do a lot of work, so those service-based businesses work. And for the cleaning services and the content creation supporting businesses, those ones are supporting Airbnb, which a lot of people are interested in, and content creation, which many people are trying to do. And if you can support the gold rush and supply it rather than actually going after the gold rush, sometimes that can be way more profitable and a lot easier for you to do. Hopefully you guys liked that video, and if you did, and even if you didn't, I'd appreciate it if you would scroll down, make the thumbs up button blue. And if you want to learn more about investing in real estate and different ways that you can achieve financial freedom, for sure hit that subscribe button and tap the notification bell so you can get notified when I make more videos like this. And if you like me here, don't forget to check me out on TikTok as well as Instagram, where I make a lot of videos in short form. So thanks again for watching, and more wealth is coming your way.